Hey everyone, Val here, and this morning's breakfast is an 3-egg omelet with cheese, my grapefruit, and my fiber drink that goes with my vitamins for this morning. The weather has been beautiful outside. We've had the windows open for a few days now. One day we got a little hot. It got to about 87 degrees, I guess, but there was no humidity, so it really wasn't unbearable. Whereas in the summer, that kind of a temperature would be unbearable with all the humidity, but it was actually kind of nice. So, but it kept the house a little bit warm. We left the windows open for a lot of the night. We don't like to go to sleep with our windows open. So we closed them right before we went to bed. But the weather's been beautiful. I'm going to open them again today. It is calling for rain, and it does look like rain. I'm going to run out to the garden as soon as I get finished eating, and I'm going to plant the 4 strawberry plants that we bought the other day. And I have some asparagus that I'm going to plant in the same garden. There's about 10 of them in here, if you can see them. I'm going to start my asparagus like this and see how it does. I know that you can't really pick it for a couple of years. Like, we can't pick it at all this year. Next year we can pick a little bit, but the following year we should be okay to be picking it. So we're going to give it a couple of years. We've got fresh compost in the strawberry garden. And we're just developing that garden, so this should be nice to add some asparagus to that and see if that'll grow. I have some, I think 2 pumpkin plants that have come up. I've got 1 cantaloupe plant coming up. I have 4 cucumber plants that are coming up. I planted a bunch of cucumbers. I only got 4 that are doing anything. So, but I think that may be enough. None of my onions or my strawberries did anything, so I'm gonna replant that potter with peppers, green peppers, because none of my green peppers came up. So I'm gonna try a different packet of seeds. Maybe the packet of seeds is bad, and I'm gonna try some more green peppers. And I have like 15 or 16 tomatoes that are up. That's amazing, awesome. I hope they do well. And I have a couple of the Brussels sprouts that came up, and looks like maybe 1 cabbage is coming up. So I might do the other planter that doesn't have anything in it. I might do a few more cabbage seeds in there and see if I can't get something to come up. We are going to Steve's parents' house for 3 days. We're going to leave day after tomorrow, and we'll be there for 3 days. And I'm just going to leave the plants. I'm going to water the plants before I leave, and I'm going to leave them in the greenhouse on the porch. And hopefully when we come back, we'll have some sprouts, and the rest of them will be doing good. I'm probably going to need to transplant the tomatoes as soon as they get their 3rd leaf on them. And some of them are getting their 3rd leaf already. So probably by Monday, when we get back, I'll be able to transplant some of those tomatoes into larger pots. But it's coming along. We got all the compost for the garden boxes, and we did put some compost dirt into the planter box, the planters that we use for the tomatoes. I do need to get a couple more bigger planters, so I need to do that when I get back. I guess I'll have to take a trip to Walmart for that, because I don't want to spend a whole lot of money. But I do need some bigger planters for the tomatoes. So, and I have time because they're not that big yet. But hopefully we can get those outside before June. That's my plan. I'm hoping that everything will be good to go before June and get some of the seeds. I want to plant peas and string beans and beets and carrots, and that'll be in the big garden, and then I'll put the cabbage in there, because if I put it outside the garden, then outside the cage, the garden cage, if I put it outside, the deer eat it. As soon as the head looks beautiful, the deer start eating it. So I have to protect my cabbage this year because I didn't get any last year because the deer got it. And the rest, they don't touch the tomatoes, and the cucumbers I think will be fine, and the pumpkin will be fine outside of the cage, I'm hoping. And we'll see. We'll see what we can get planted this year. And the potatoes are ready to be planted. So hopefully we can get those planted as soon as we get back. I'll talk to Steve about it. We may do it. We could do it tomorrow night before we leave on the day after tomorrow. So it doesn't take that long to plant potatoes. So I'll ask Steve tonight if he wants to do the potatoes. I'll pull them out because I have those potatoes have really gone to seed and they need to be planted, and the planter box is ready. We've got that ready. So looking forward to getting some plants in the garden. And today I am just going to work on some Bible study and the garden. We'll work in my craft room. I'm going to edit some videos this morning. And I'll plant the seeds. I'm going to plant the seeds that I have, that I want to add some additional seeds in the planter boxes that didn't grow in the nursery. So that's my plan for today. I'm at my greenhouse inside, and I wanted to show you my plants. So these are my Roma tomatoes, all of these down here. These are the beefsteak tomatoes, and the only one I really see is right here. That's just a speck. That's not one, but this is one that's growing here. So I don't really have any of those. My big boys, I have a lot of big boys up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 big boys are up. Got 2, 4, 6, 7 of the Romas, and then one of the beefsteak. And then none of the bell peppers. So I'm going to replant the bell peppers and see if I can't get any of those up. I have a cantaloupe coming up. And this back here is a cabbage. So I do have a cabbage, one cabbage. I'm going to plant some more cabbage. None of the broccoli, none of the cauliflower. I do have 2 beautiful looking pumpkin plants coming up. I have 4 beautiful cucumbers coming up, and then none of these. It's weird that nothing grew over here, but I have 4 over here. I don't know. I don't get it. But then I have 2 Brussels sprouts. I was hoping for a few more Brussels sprouts. We'll see what happens with those. But I am going to, I've got these 2 that, one had onions and one had strawberry seeds in them. They didn't do anything. So I'm going to plant some cabbage in one of them, and I'm going to plant some more green peppers in the other one. When we go outside, once I pick my garlic, I'm going to plant some kale in there to see if I get any kale up. And then in the garden itself, I've got beets, carrots, and then I want to do some string beans. I'm not sure what variety I'll do. But I have all these seeds, so I'm going to use some of those. And then some peas. I think I'll do some peas this year. So that's what I'm working on right now. I'm going to plant some seeds, some bell peppers, and some cabbage. Leave those for the weekend because we're going to go away for this weekend. And hopefully when I get back, I'll have some growth. Well, I mean, I won't for the peppers. They usually take a week or so. But I hope I'll have some growth. These are big enough to probably transplant. So on Monday when I get back, I'll probably transplant the cucumbers. I'll transplant the pumpkins till they're ready to go outside. I want to plant my potatoes. So we may do that tomorrow. I'm not sure if we'll do that tomorrow or not. But I may even try to throw a couple more Brussels sprout seeds in to see if I can't get some of those to grow. This is the strawberry garden. These are the strawberries that I planted, and these were some that we already had in the garden. I've planted the asparagus down here and watered it, so there's 10 asparagus plants down in these 3 rows here. So let's hope it does good. It's planted. It's supposed to rain today, so it'll get a nice dose of water later tonight. And it should be good to go. So hopefully I'll be able to come out tomorrow and get the potatoes put into the potato bin and get those started. The azaleas that are on the property line here are blooming. They're looking beautiful. I noticed yesterday they were starting to bloom. They look really well bloomed now. Isn't that pretty? Very pretty. Looking gorgeous. Alright, I'm in my craft room and these are my finished projects. I have the bats with the orange center and I have the bats with the black center. I have 3 of each and then I have 3 pot holders in this pattern. I have 6 of the skulls and these are done the same with the orange center on all of these. I'm doing the Halloween theme here. And then I have 3 of the pot holders in the skulls. So I have 6 of those. I've just finished all of these. I don't know if I told you about these in another video or not. And then last I have the dogs. These are like skeleton dogs. And I did 6 of these with the black center. And then I did 3 of the pot holders for these also, which I think they all turned out cute. So these are all of my finished projects for the craft room for this week. Oh, I have one more. Alright, the last thing I have is these hedgehogs. This one's a small and this one's a medium, and they're both with the same fun fur and the same color of face and feet. So I thought they were cute. That's my finished projects for this week in my craft room.